So how's everyone doing? So I'm at the place where unfortunately that young 17-year-old young British lad, Pakistani I believe, he was stabbed to death. As you can see, Norwood Road. So this is Norwood Road. Gym. Next to the gym's called Section 18. God, talk about ironic, man. But I believe the murderer, the killer, is on the run. I don't think they've got him yet. So this is where the kid was unfortunately stabbed to death, 17 years old. Now bear in mind, this comes after within 10 days. 10 days ago, that young Somali chap, 16-year-old, stabbed outside Joseph Chamberlain College. And then about 4 days ago, a young Pakistani kid again in one of the parks in Small Heath. You know, so you can see the police are here. See the media here as well. You know, there's media here, there's police here. It's been sectioned off. So the question is, why is it happening? Yeah, everyone wants to put the blame on. Blame police cuts. Blame Theresa May. Blame the imams. The imams ain't doing enough. I've said that myself. I mean, you know, there's just a mosque around the corner. But the thing is, who's really responsible? Because the fact of the matter is, I've been coming to this area for the last 25 years. This is Borsley Green, yeah? Inner city Birmingham, well-known area. It's not the cleanest. Just a couple of weeks ago, they did the video about the streets being dirty and whatnot. But the real issue is, who is responsible? Why is there a hunger for violence? From people that I've spoken to that know about, you know, a lot of what goes on around here. It's drug dealers. In this case, anyway, this is the rumour. Who knows? God knows. That it's drug dealers. So a lot of the drug dealers, local drug dealers, are using these 16, 17-year-old kids to push their drugs, and they were just some young kids just fighting each other over drugs. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with the Somali kid. You know, I heard he was a really smart chap. He had a lot going for him. The one who got killed outside Joseph Chamberlain College. And as for the Pakistani lad 3-4 days ago in Small Heath, I don't know, but the question is, who is to blame? Are we going to hear this Friday, in the Friday sermon, are we going to hear the imams address this issue? Or is it going to be the same old, all due respect, boring sermons and khutbah? Are they going to address this issue? That's what we need to ask ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Because enough is enough. How many more of our youngsters are we supposed to lose to the knife and to knife crime? You know, I did an episode about 7 months ago with Alison Cope. You know, Alison Cope does great work, and she's the mother of the MC Deps man who a few years ago was stabbed to death in a club. And she's been doing work. She's been doing work with a lot of communities and schools all the way around now. And look, what's changed? It's only getting worse. Birmingham is not only the gun capital, as we've learned, but now it's a knife crime capital as well. Majority of the stabbings are happening here, as well as Manchester, I believe. But you know, you can see the police, see the media here. They don't come to this area a lot, but when they do come, unfortunately, it's when there's a tragedy like this. You know, everyone's trying to get a story, and unfortunately, we're making up the statistics in a negative fashion. You know, it's Muslims killing Muslims, I believe. What are we going to do about this? Why is there a hunger for violence? That's the issue. Why is there a hunger for violence? You know what I'm saying? It's sad. Something needs to be done about this. I know Ray Douglas, friend of mine, who had him on the show, same episode with Alison Cope. He does a lot of work in this regard. He's going to have an emergency meeting. He works with a lot of youth about youth violence. But you know, these are the same streets which, you know, we're complaining about because there's bins everywhere, there's dirt everywhere, they're not very clean and whatnot. But you know, it's not only because they're not clean because of the dirt and the garbage. It's not clean because of the drugs, because of the crime rate. A lot of these parents, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what the children are up to, and it's something that needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. You know. Anyway, I hope things improve for our youth. I hope the imams can at least address this issue in the mosques, in the masajid, at least for Jum'ah time and Jum'ah prayers on Friday. But let's be real, a lot of these youngsters, they don't even go to the mosque, yeah? So what's it got to do with the imam? They don't even go to the mosque. They're not into religion. It's not their thing, you know? But do you need religion to convince you to not take another human being's life, to not kill someone? You don't need a religion to tell you that, do you? I mean, is that just common sense? So where is this hunger for shedding blood and violence coming from? This is the root cause, and this is the issue that we need to address. Hopefully we can tackle this issue together and work with the authorities, work with everyone in the community to raise awareness, because Birmingham is becoming a graveyard for a lot of youngsters now who are dying because of the knife crime.